Hello students, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to study thyroid gland. Now see the thyroid gland, it is having two lobes present on the either side of trachea. And both the lobes, they are interconnected with the thin flap of connective tissue called isthmus. So you can see here, two lobes are here and this is the connective present between them that is known as isthmus. And thyroid gland contain many follicles and in between the follicles is stromal tissues. So you can see this is one thyroid follicle in the diagram. Clear beta? Okay, this is one thyroid follicles and lined by follicular cells. So these are lined by follicular cells. So within the thyroid glands are many follicles. Each is composed of epithelial cells, which are also known as follicular cells. And in the center, you will find the lumen is filled with thyroglobulin, that is colloid. So it is surrounding a core which contains protein-rich material called colloid, which is thyroglobulin molecule. Is it clear? This is a protein. Now, colloid contains protein, thyroglobulin, and it is synthesized by follicular epithelial cell only and secreted into the lumen by exocytosis to form a colloid. Now, let us study how the follicular cells are preparing hormones. See, first of all, understand this diagram carefully. This is a follicular cells. Clear, beta? And this is the lumen of follicular cell, also known as colloid, because here the protein is present. This is blood capillary. Clear, beta? And from the blood here, what is going on? First of all, iodine is transported. It is transported into the follicular cells by secondary active transport method in the form of iodide ions. Is it clear? So, thyroid follicular cells will trap iodide ions by active transporting them from the blood. Now, this iodide cells ions means this ions, they will oxidize to iodine. Means this one will change into this one. Is it clear? It change into iodine. Please understand this is iodide ions and this is iodine. Now this iodine will then diffuse from the membrane into the lumen. So it passes through the membrane into the lumen of the follicular cells. This much is comfortable. Now, this is the rough of the follicular cells, which will produce a protein that is known as thyroglobulin. So rough will produce a protein which is given to the Golgi, and Golgi will make vesicles, and vesicles are going out. So thyroglobulin is synthesized in follicular cells and is secreted to the lumen. Clear? So this is secreted into the lumen. Now what is going on? This thyroglobulin in that one tyrosine part of amino acid means in this globulin protein, thyroglobulin protein, amino acid which is used, if that amino acid is tyrosine, so iodine will react with tyrosine part of amino acid. So please focus beta. Iodine will react with tyrosine part of thyroglobulin molecule. We will say this process is iodinization of tyrosine. If one iodine atom binds, we will say monoiodotyrosine. If two bind, then we will say diiodotyrosine. Is it clear? Now, thyroglobulin molecule with attached iodine is known as colloid. This is known as colloid. Now, this colloid will again be taken by the follicular cells by the pinocytosis. It will enter by the pinocytosis and it will merge with the lysosome. Now what will happen? Lysosome will break down thyroglobulin molecule and will separate it into T3 and T4. So here what is going on? It will liberate T3 and T4 from the cell into the blood. So T3 and T4, they are lipid soluble, so they diffuse through the plasma membrane into the interstitial fluid and then into the blood. Is it clear? T3, T4 are liberated into the blood from the follicular cells. T4 is normally secreted in greater quantity, but T3 is more potent as compared to T4. Is it clear? Now, let us understand what is the role of the thyroid gland hormone. So, first important role is they are going to increase BMR. The rate of energy expenditure under standard or basal conditions, just like if you are awake or at rest or doing fasting, that time the energy which is required, that is known as BMR, basal metabolic rate. When BMR increases, obviously cellular metabolism of carbohydrate, lipids, and protein will also increase. Thyroid hormones will increase BMR how? First of all, they will stimulate the synthesis of additional this sodium potassium ATPase, which will use large amount of ATP to eject sodium ions out and bring the potassium inside. Means more and more pump will be incorporated into the cell membrane. They increase the concentration of enzymes which are involved in cellular respiration so that breakdown of the organic fuel can be done and ATP production can be done. Now, if they are increasing the concentration of an enzyme for cellular respiration, means they will increase the number and activity of mitochondria in cell so that ATP production can increase. So when the cell produce and use more ATP, BMR is increasing, more heat is given off and body temperature increase. We say that is a calorogenic effect of the thyroid hormone. Is it clear? We call this effect as calorogenic effect. In this way, thyroid hormone plays a very important role in maintaining normal body temperature. Is it clear? Now, another role of the thyroid hormone is for the formation of RBC. They support the process of the formation of RBC. Third is they are able to maintain the water and electrolyte balance also. Next, they will increase the effect of catecholamines. Catecholamines examples are your adrenal medulla hormone, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Is it clear? So they are promoting sympathetic response. It means they will increase the heart rate. More forceful heartbeat will be there and increased blood pressure will be there. Then next function is they will regulate the development and growth of nervous tissue and bones. Thyroid hormone is necessary for the development of nervous system. They will promote synapse formation, myelin production, growth of dendrites. Clear? So they are responsible for the growth of the nervous system development. Then they are required for the growth of the skeletal system also. They will promote ossification center in the developing bones, synthesis of many bone proteins, secretion of growth hormone, insulin-like growth factors. All these things they are promoting. If suppose deficiency of thyroid hormone is there in fetus development, then the children will be suffering from mental retardation and they will show the stunted bone growth. Now, see the disorders of thyroid gland. If deficiency of iodine is there in our diet, the person will suffer from hypothyroidism and it will result in the enlargement of thyroid gland. We will say disease is known as goiter. If hypothyroidism is occurring during pregnancy, it can cause defective development and maturation of the growing baby, leading to the stunted growth. We discussed right now that disease is known as cretinism. Mental retardation, because thyroid hormone is required for the growth of the nervous system also. Low intelligence IQ, abnormal skin, deaf and mute also. And in adult women, if problem is hypothyroidism, then it can cause menstrual cycle to become irregular. Clear, beta? Now, hyperthyroidism. Now, due to the cancer of thyroid gland or due to the development of nodules of thyroid gland, rate of synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormone is increased to very high level, leading to the condition of hyperthyroidism, which adversely affect the body physiology. So, I hope so in this video, I have tried to cover the thyroid gland, how the thyroid gland cells, follicular cells are producing a hormone. Okay, and how do they trap the iodine? They convert the iodide ions into the iodine and then the In the meantime, follicular cells which have prepared TGB, means thyroglobulin molecule, it is actually sent in the lumen, and iodine is binding with the tyrosine site of this thing, and finally it is taken again by the cell where lysosome will separate it into T3 and T4. Is it clear? And because it is lipid soluble, it will be easily diffusing directly from the plasma membrane into the blood. Then we studied its action also. It is playing a role in maintaining BMR. It is responsible for RBC production. It is responsible for maintaining the sodium and electrolyte balance, water and electrolyte balance. It is necessary for the development of the nervous system, for the development of a skeletal system. Clear? And it is playing a role in the catecholamines effect also. It is increasing the effect of the catecholamines. Then deficiency, hypothyroidism can lead to the goiter, enlargement of gland. Then it can lead to the, in children, keratinism, and in the adult woman, menstrual cycle become disorder. So I hope so this video might be helpful for you. Thanks for watching.